In an interview, one of the most common questions which gets asked is, what are your hobbies and interests? Hi, this is Satyajit, and today I am going to talk about how you should go about answering this question. So stay tuned. When the interviewer is asking you about your hobbies and interests, it is one of those general questions such as tell me about yourself, what are your strengths and weaknesses. So it is one of those general questions, and the whole intent here is to understand more about you, right? So now either you can give one of those generic answers and not create an impression, or you can give an answer which is your own story, right, which talks about you and make that lasting impression. So in this video, I am going to talk about one single tip which is going to be very, very critical while answering this question. The most important tip while answering this question is, do not bluff. Okay? Do not put your hobbies because it is some fancy hobby that you want to project, or it is something that your friend has been doing and you like it and you want to put it there. Your hobby that you want to specify in the interview should be something that you are really interested, you are really passionate about. Now it is absolutely fine if you don't have any specific strong interest. You can actually leave that section out, and when the interviewer is asking you this question, you can just talk about 2-3 things that interest you, and you can always say that I do not pursue it very mindfully, or I do not pursue all these interests very passionately. I am just interested and I want to just have some fun with all these aspects and topics. That would just be a very fine answer and will definitely leave a lasting impression. Now when I said do not bluff, what do I mean? So let me give you an example that happened in the real world. Where one candidate bluffed his interest and how he was caught. So this happened in one of the interviews where I was one of the co-panelists, and in walks a fresher with his resume. So when we looked at his resume, we saw that in the hobbies and interests section he has put a hobby called angling. So angling is nothing but fishing. Okay, fishing boat, fishing, you go on a boat to fish, that kind of hobby. Incidentally, my co-panelist also had the similar hobby. Okay, so because he could find that resonance, he started querying more in terms of where he had gone to fishing, what is the equipment type, and things like that. He just went into the details, and what we figured out was this particular candidate didn't know anything about angling. He just knew that it is fishing and he just wanted to bluff his way out, and that is why he mentioned that in the CV. So when we figured out that he was bluffing, we asked him why did he do so. The answer he gave us was very, very surprising. He said that I wanted to show that I have patience, and patience is a virtue through this hobby, because this whole process of fishing requires a lot of patience. So I wanted to show that I have a lot of patience in my character. That is why I have put a hobby like that. So you see, he was bluffing, and this gentleman actually caught his bluff, and needless to say, you would know what would have happened, right? So the single most important tip, as I have mentioned in the start of the video, is not to bluff, right? If you don't have an interest, it is still fine, but do not bluff, because bluffing when caught is actually very detrimental to your integrity. It starts, it puts that question mark on your truthfulness, which is an absolute no-no, which is absolutely a deal breaker when it comes to an interview. Although this is a very simple question, I hope you have understood the gravitas of this question in terms of how you should answer and go about answering this question. I hope you liked the tips that I shared about this particular question. If you are looking for more such topics, feel free to write it in the comments. We will take up one topic at a time, because we really want to provide that guidance to people who are watching this channel. Thank you so much.